Hello and welcome to our second monthly edition of the National and Local Property Statistics video, where we look to compare what the national market is doing to what we're seeing on a local level. Why are we doing this? The reason we're doing this is us Brits love to talk about what the property market's doing. We like to see if now's a good time to buy or to sell, almost as much as we like talking about the weather. So we can find some interesting trends by looking at what's happening on a national level and what those predictions are to what we're experiencing on the ground locally. The week that I've taken as a sample is the 15th of April to the 21st of April, so just over a week ago. So although not current, not today's information, gives us a good feel for what the market's doing locally and nationally at the current time. The information that Halifax and Nationwide put out are by default somewhere between 3 to 6 months out of date, so this gives us a much better feel. Before I go into the numbers like I did last month, I just wanted to touch on the Zoopla UK Property House Price Index, which came out a couple of days ago. So Zoopla look at all the information that they've seen across the UK and draw some parallels and some quite interesting take-home points. They've said as a whole over the period of the last year, house prices are pretty much the same as they were a year ago, and they've highlighted Bristol. Bristol, we've actually seen house prices have dropped 0.4% over a period of a year. That isn't too dissimilar to what we're seeing in Keynsham, Salford and the surrounding areas. House prices are pretty much the same as where they were before. We're actually seeing asking prices are pretty much the same as what we saw a year ago, but offers are coming in that little bit less. So if you were looking to buy or sell a year ago and you decided not to and to put off, in a general term, you'd expect your house value to be about the same now. One interesting bit of information they brought up is the increase in mortgage costs. On average, buyers now, their mortgage is 60% higher than what it was 3 years ago. So March 2024 compared to March 2021, on average, buyers are paying 60% more than what they were. So that works out at £4,300 per year, or £358 a month. So the period of your 5-year fix, or however long your fix is, if you're buying today as opposed to 3 years ago, you're going to be paying about £360 more a month. We've seen that when we're selling properties, buyers are preferring properties that are either being refurbished or don't require any work because they haven't got the cash to do it in general terms, and those that need money spent on need to be refurbished. The offers that are coming in significantly lower because trades and materials are hard to come by and people don't have as much cash as they had before. So it's just something to bear in mind if you are thinking of selling. Sometimes it may be worth doing a little bit of work, something we can always advise on if you've got the cash to do it, because there's a good chance the buyer may not have that. So let's look at the numbers we did last month. New properties coming to the market, so new instructions, so what drives the market, the properties that have the most interest. Nationally, 535,000 houses came to the market, so obviously huge numbers there. This is the highest, or one of the highest weeks, and it's the highest year that we've seen for the last 8 years, and there's no signs of this slowing down. There are lots of people who are on the move at the minute. Locally, there were 12 properties over that week that came to the market. When I spoke to you a month ago, there were 10, so there's a slight uptick, which is what we'd expect. The children are back at school after the Easter break, people have got a bit more time on their hands, and they're deciding to bring their houses to the market. So 12 new ones over a period of a week. Sales, nationally, we had 27,000 sales, so a huge number of properties went under offer over that week. That is the busiest sales week over a 2-year period. March 2022 was the next busiest week. So it really is a time now, if you're looking to sell a house, is the best market we've experienced for 2 years. Even though prices haven't necessarily gone up, in fact they've gone down a bit, activity is good, buyers are in the marketplace to buy. So if you're thinking of coming to the market, if the time scales allow, do it sooner rather than later. Sales locally, hand in hand with that, we've had 7 sales over over that week. So that is almost twice as many as when I spoke to you a month ago. and pretty much hand in hand with those new properties coming to the market. So sales are good, is what we expected a month ago, and that's what we've seen. I would predict we're going to see another month or so of that as well. Price reductions, the numbers are exactly the same as they were when I last spoke to you. Nationally, 17% of properties coming to the market are reducing in price. Locally, 3% are. So I think that means sellers and agents are getting the price. We're getting the price right. We're coming to the market at a level that buyers are happy to pay, which is good. So that means the market's moving nicely, and we do live in an area that is very popular. What is coming to the market is selling. Last point was our unique visits on Rightmove. So Rightmove is the most visited portal in the UK. Last month I said there were 70 unique views per day per property, so 70 unique people, potential buyers, reviewing each property, which is a good number, it's a healthy number. That's actually stepped up this month, that's 76. So again, as I've said before, more people come into the market, more potential buyers are looking, and they start doing their homework on Rightmove, on the market and the property portals, and then the weeks that follow they go out viewing properties and in turn buy houses. So that's the market in a nutshell. I expect that May we're going to see a similar upward trend. We're in that prime time of the year to be buying and selling houses, and we're expecting the most transactions. It will be interesting June. We've got the Euros, which can sometimes put people off viewing properties because the football's on. So June might be a slightly different case, but we're expecting this upward trend to continue. If you've got any questions for next month's edition, any aspects you'd like to discuss, feel free to call us on 986 3681, pop into one of our offices, or give one of us a call, because we'd love to discuss. Otherwise, I will see you next month, and thank you for viewing.